What up, people? It's Nickopz here, and today I'm going to be giving my final verdict on Sektor. Now, this is why you always wait when these DLC characters come out, because right away, when all three of them came out, and I got to Lab and Sektor, and I thought Sektor was actually like really good, like low key, potentially a top tier character. But that's why you always wait. You do not judge characters very fast. It's okay to have first impressions, of course, but you always need to take your time and wait till you actually completely learn the character. And this character is so dang easy that it takes no time to learn her at all. And I feel like it's not hard for people to judge where she's at right now. And I honestly think the character is mid tier, like potentially low mid to. I ain't gonna say she's low tier, but I would say she's mid to low mid. Now, to the average player or like the diehard casual MK fan, she probably seems really dumb because like the zoning and the movement, how she could just do this and run away. That's gonna annoy a lot of players. But she's really not all of that. Like, she's not all that, I mean, at all. And I'm going to explain why, but what people need to understand is she's the easiest one of them all. So, of course, people are going to naturally gravitate to this character more and probably think she's better than what she is, but she's really not that good base. Now, I will say she's potentially top tier with Khameleon. I will talk about that in a bit, but base Sektor isn't all that. She's okay, though. And I'll talk about that. I'll talk about why. So, first things first, let's talk about the weaknesses of this character. I want to get those out of the way. It genuinely feels like they tried their hardest to make this character mid. Because, again, it reminds me of like Takeda, but Takeda's actually bad. But with Takeda, it seems like he has everything on paper. In Sektor, it's the same thing. It seems like she has everything on paper, Good mid. Seems like it. Got a low, got an overhead, got a good grab, got movement, got projectiles. Like, it seems like she would be good on paper. But it seems like she'd be good because she's good on paper, but she's really, just She's in this game. And let me talk about the weaknesses again. Let's get into the weaknesses. The overhead. This overhead is disgustingly slow. Like, you might hit people with this, but there is no way that an overhead this slow should be this unsafe. If you do it, you're minus 18, and that's just ridiculous. And of course, she has no safe special moves, so you can't just even check them with it, and it's only +2 on hit, so you're not getting a lot of confirms off of it. So the overhead is really bad. If the overhead was going to be this slow, then they should have made it, safe. Or they could either make the overheads they can make it, well, it's already very unsafe. I feel like the overhead should be like this. You should either be safe off of it because it's slow. It's 24 frames. Why is a 24 frame overhead like minus 18? That's ridiculous. That's absolutely ridiculous. There's no reason for an overhead to be that slow. Almost everyone in this game with a slow overhead like that has a way to apply mind games to make it safe. So I feel like they should just change it. If it's gonna be slow, it needs to be safe. And if it's gonna be faster, it should just be a splat, like reptiles or raiders. But the overhead the way it is now is just really bad. It's really bad. Now, she can do stuff with Mataro with it. That's why, and I know some people are gonna talk about, oh, Kung Lao is a good assist for her, but I really think Mataro is the way because Mataro gives her safety. And it's much easier to use, but still, that doesn't matter. If Kung Lao is better and harder and all that stuff, it wouldn't be a big deal to switch to that one, but that big of a deal. But I think this one is better, honestly. if you just want a base good assist, because you can apply mind games and everything. You can do the overhead into that, and then see if they don't get hit. Then you're out of there. You can do good stuff like that. That's really good. And of course, Sektor got the damage. Like, of course, this character got the damage, but that's only with characters that give her loops, which is literally Motaro, Khameleon, and Lao. I think those are the only characters that give her loops off of this, which there might be some more, but those are the popular ones. So, yeah, that's one thing out of the way. Her overhead is really bad. Now, another thing that's really bad about her is her low. Her low... Now, let me teach y'all something here in case you don't know this about NRS games. Because I need to make an auto shimmy video because there is a similar way when it comes to mixing people. So in MK10, everyone complained about the 50-50s in that game. They removed a lot of the 50-50s by the end of the game's life cycle. But there was a different way that you can 50-50 people that they wanted to implement. And I think they implemented it very well. So, in case you don't know, if a character has a overhead, a high-low, and a double low, you cannot fuzzy guard them. So what that means, if Sektor had an overhead and a high-low, I mean, because Sektor has an overhead and a double low, that means you can't fuzzy her. So let me break it down again. You can open up any player in the world as long as you have an overhead, a high-low, or a double low. So Sektor has a double low, but you cannot combo off the double low, which is ridiculous. You can get some combos off of Janet and stuff and some other assists, but there's no assist that gives her the double low and the damage. The double low combo and the damage. She cannot combo off of this, well, without Khameleon. That's why we're going to get into Khameleon. Khameleon gives her everything she needs. But she, with the base assist, she does not get the damage and the combo off the double low. So what I mean by that is the overhead is good combined with characters that give her the combo off of the double low. So again, to break it down, like Triborg in MKX. Triborg in that game, all of them, well, I'll say the popular ones. They had an overhead, a high-low, and a low, which means you could not fuzzy guard them. So as long as a character has an overhead, I'm saying it again a lot because I don't want people to get confused by this. As long as a character has a overhead string, a low string, and a high-low, you cannot fuzzy them. And you can replace that low string with a double low, and you still wouldn't be able to fuzzy guard them. Fuzzy guarding is like when you react to the speed of the 50-50s. So, for example, Sektor has a 24 frame overhead and a 14 frame low. But if you try to fuzzy guard her, you're going to get hit by the second low, which is great. That means that she will be able to consistently open you up, but she doesn't get damage off of this double low with the good consistent teams like Motaro and Lao. Now she gets it with Khameleon, but again, that's what I'm gonna talk about that later, but she doesn't get everything she needs off of at any given time. Even Khameleon with that, she gets the loops in one, and she gets the combo off the double low in one. So still, even Khameleon doesn't give her everything she needs at once. So the overhead's not that good. The low's not that good because you can't get a lot of conversions off of it. Like, it felt like they went out of their way for you not to be able to combo off this double low. If she could combo off this double low, she would be one of the best characters in the game. I promise you, she would be easily one of the best characters in the game because she would be able to consistently open you up with having all this mobility. And yeah, I think those are like really the biggest weaknesses about the character. The fact that like her mix-up department is not really that good at all for the most part. Now I know a lot of people are gonna say, they always go to this. Oh well, she's not meant to be a mixed character. She's meant to zone you. Her zoning ain't that good. Also, it gets the job done. It gets the job done. Okay, but it's not that great. Like, you gotta instant air this move all day to get some decent zoning, and it's really not all that. Like, she doesn't even have all the tools that a top tier zoner has. She's an okay zoner. She gets the job done, but she doesn't even have some of the best zoning in the game. It gets the job done. Simple as that. Zoning is just okay. Like, I feel like if they tweak the zoning, like this move is not that good also. Like, you can barely hit people with this move. They need to give her the up rocket back, like with the Khameleon sector. Then the zoning would actually be decent, but this move freaking sucks. Like, this is her only consistent zoning tool. And it's okay, but again, it's not enough to make up for her base lack of tools, in my opinion. So, again, it's okay though. Like, it's okay. It's decent. It's alright. Now this, I mean, again, it's okay, I guess. Like, it's an okay projectile. Like, her projectiles aren't all that. Like, they're fine. They're okay. So, to get on to the other thing about her, I think that's really good. This mid is phenomenal. It's really, really good. But, you know, a good mid can only take you so far if you don't have the right tools to go along with it. You know, the mid is good, very good, especially the fact that she can do all the hits and then instantly cancel into that. That's really good. So she has some good tools. Like I said, the movement, the damage with Mataro, the grab, all good tools. They just don't mesh well together. She has no consistent way she can beat you and play without Khameleon. Again, so overview of this character before I get into talking about Khameleon. Character has a lackluster low. This low is like just so lackluster. If you could combo off of the 2 hits of this low, she would be phenomenal. Because you would actually have to guess, like, when she's in your face. Now, the mid is good. Like I just said, she can get very good things off of this mid. And really good damage. The movement on this character is cracked. She has very amazing movement. Like, you notice it right away when you pick her. The movement is very good. The grab is broken. This might be the best grab in the game. Like, actually. Off of either this one or Ermax. Like, this grab is insane. Like, she's not even using her arm, so you're not reacting to that most of the time. You're just not. And I would say her zoning is average. Like, it's okay. They should have gave her more tools to zone if they weren't going to give her more tools in the mix-up department. And you don't need 50-50s just to open people up. Like, you got the strike throw game too, but like she doesn't even do that very well, honestly, because that goes to another one of her weaknesses. Since her triangle button is literally dedicated to this garbage move, she doesn't even get freaking strings. The only thing she has she can do is this, and this. So again, that string, the low, the overhead, and the mid. Because they literally replaced a potential like good string she could have with her standing 2 with this terrible move. That's another thing I want to go to. This move is terrible. This move is actually terrible. This could have been used for so many things. They could have used this to be able to give her safe 50-50s, make special moves safe, you know, make the teleport safe. If it takes something this long to charge, you should get rewarded for doing it. But all you get is this garbage push that does no chip. That does like no chip. It's +9 with pushback. What the heck are you gonna do with that? What are you genuinely gonna do with that? You know, you're not gonna do anything with this move. This move is terrible. It's a wasted slot. Like, it's actually a wasted slot. So I'm getting into rant mode because I feel like they purposely held this character back. Like, I really do. So now let's get into talking about Khameleon, because this is the main thing that is good about this character. This character, with everything I said, that can potentially go out the window, because she's potentially top tier with Khameleon easily. Like, Khameleon gives her an overhead combo in 2 of the forms. You also get the loops with the blue katana. You also get a combo off of the low with pink Khameleon, and green Khameleon just does green Khameleon things. It actually makes her zoning threatening because you're worried about the mid, so that way you can get some of these off. So Khameleon actually completes her. Like, she actually and you get a throw combo, but the throw combo isn't worth it. But Khameleon actually gives her everything she needs. But I should make a whole video about Khameleon, because, you know, Khameleon is dumb, the best assist in the game, but a lot of people, including myself, don't like using it because you're not in control of your assists. So, I mean, if you want the best sector you can have, and potentially a top tier sector, you're picking Khameleon, because you get everything you need. Like, literally everything you need off of picking Khameleon. So, yeah, Khameleon completes this character. So, again, like I said with my Sub-Zero video, you cannot deny everything I said about this character. I think that she's naturally low mid, or, again, let's bring it back to the Sub-Zero video. Because in the Sub-Zero video, I was like, I think Sub-Zero is a bad character base, but with Khameleon, you cannot deny the fact that he's good. I don't think Sektor is a bad character base. I think she's very lackluster and low mid, but you cannot deny that she's good with Khameleon. Now, whether you think that Khameleon, because some people have this philosophy that, well, if you need Khameleon, you're not a good character. Okay, you can feel like that, but that doesn't matter, because if the character is good because of Khameleon, this is still an assist-based fighter. So, again, if your character is good with Khameleon, your character is good. So, it doesn't matter if Sektor was trash with every other assist in the game. If she's good with Khameleon, she's good. And if she's top tier with Khameleon, which I potentially think she could be, because you get everything. You literally get everything she's lacking. And it really helps out her kit. Another thing people like to argue in that Sub-Zero video, well, if Khameleon does so much, wouldn't she just make everybody good? No, it doesn't work like that. Some assists mesh better with other assists. For example, Havoc is not good with Khameleon. Even though, like, yeah, simple as that. Havoc is just not good with Khameleon. Even though Havoc's a dumb character now and everything, he's not good with Khameleon. There's a lot of good amount of characters that aren't good with Khameleon, aren't meta with Khameleon. And I feel like Sektor could be meta with Khameleon, but you have to, suck it up and play Khameleon, or if you don't have her, buy her too. So, yeah, that's just what I think about Sektor. Overall, I feel like the character is, balanced to a fault. I'm one of those people that I don't believe in everybody should be, achieve this balanced state. I'm an advocate of every character should be dumb. Every character should be great, because you're going to get the best balance when everybody is stupid. I know that might sound dumb, but trust me, it's not. The fighting games, the old fighting games that people still play to this day, all have a bunch of dumb characters. You're never going to achieve balance. I don't know why people argue this all the time. You will never achieve balance in fighting games. It's impossible. There's no such thing as a balanced fighting game. So what people prefer is to have a lot of options of really dumb good characters. And I think there's nothing wrong with that. And I feel like they balance this character dang near to a fault. It's like almost everything comes with a but. Like, yeah, the grab's good, but it's not really a lot of characters that, give her throw combos, and her auto shimmy isn't good to pair with it. And she can't even easily hit confirm off of it. I mean, I guess she wants to take a risk with Mataro. She got 50-50s, but the overhead is not worth it. And the double low would make it worth it, but you can't really combo off of it with the good base assist that she has. And Yeah, she has zoning, but it's just all right. Like zoning's okay. It's like everything comes with a but with this character, and yeah, that's about it. That's how I feel about Sektor, honestly. Again, I don't want people to think I think she's trash. I don't think she's like trash or anything. I just think again she's balanced to a fault. You know, people. I'm a big believer. Again, like I said, especially with DLC characters. DLC characters should come out really good, and then if they have to balance them accordingly, that's fine. But yeah, I easily think that Sektor was purposely held back. But I mean, some people like that. Hey, if you like your basic balanced mid characters, hey, this is your this your character. But yeah, this is what I feel about Sektor. I hope you all enjoyed the video. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. And Nickopz out. And hold up, where my shameless plug at? Got a membership button now. So, yep, Nickopz out.